Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA, I make videos for NFL. All these videos, they get posted on this subreddit right here. It's called DF Sports with one S. I'll have this link down below. I make updates with all the news that comes out throughout the day. You can ask me questions here about the slate, talk strategy, all that good jazz. I'll have this link down below. A lot of stuff does change from these videos, so it's pretty important to check that out. And if you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can get a hold of me on Twitter right there. By the way, guys, if you ever see this highlighted when I'm making my video, it's because I paused the video and had to redo it because I lost my train of thought. And that happens a lot because, my brain sometimes does not function. So if you ever see that highlighted, it's because I had to redo the video. But yeah, let's get into my lineups from tonight. Really good night overall. Let's get into my lineups from last night as well. Really great past 2 days for myself and Discord. Hopefully you guys had a good night. If you're looking for more in-depth content where I give you guys core plays, private videos, prize picks content, we went 6-1 on props today. Like I said, my Discord will be linked down below. So let's start with today. This is my lineup today. My core today was Victor Wembanyama, smash. Isaiah Jackson, smash. Jonathan Kuminga, core play, smash. And Fred VanVleet, bust because the blowout. But originally I had Jonas Valanciunas as a core play over Fred VanVleet. But then we had Isaiah Jackson starting. And I had the extra money to get up. So that got off Jonas, who smashed for Fred VanVleet. So still worked out either way. Rounded out my lineup with TJ McConnell, Kevin Herter, Ludor, and SGA. What the hell just happened? What is going on here? Hopefully that didn't knock anyone out at first. That would be a bit unlucky. What the hell was that? But yeah, great day overall. Let's get into my lineups from last night. Good day here. My core for this slate was Rui Hashimura, smash. Dante DiVincenzo was good. Tobias Harris was a core play. He smashed. And Christian Wood was a core play. He busted. I originally had Tobias Harris, Patrick Beverly, and Kelly Oubre because I wasn't sure if Tobias Harris or Tyrese Maxey was going to play or not. And then once he got rolled in, I got kind of screwed there because I obviously wasn't going to fade Tyrese Maxey with the team to himself. So I needed a value play, and I got kind of screwed, and I had to settle on Keontae George. Ended up working out. He did good, but yeah. Was originally playing for Tyrese Maxey to sit this game, but he played. It worked out great. And then Showdown went great as well. My core for Showdown was Tyrese Maxey, Lauri Markkanen, and Tobias Harris. And I told everyone my favorite value play on the slate was Walker Kessler. He ended up being the best value on the slate. So, really great couple days overall. Hope you guys had a great night as well. And let's get into this little 5-game slate for tomorrow, the 3rd of February. All right, Warriors at Atlanta. So it's a back-to-back. I would assume. I'm pretty sure Draymond and Clay have played both back-to-backs recently. Yeah, they have, but we'll see here. But we'll go under the assumption that they are both in. We'll also keep an eye. I believe Sarge is going to be out for, still going to be out here, and then I believe everyone else is still out. So we're going under the assumption that everyone's still out is going to be out here, and no one's going to sit on this back-to-back. I'm pretty high on these Warriors once again here, going up against Atlanta. You guys know I've been really high on the Warriors of late. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga at 6.7K playing 40 minutes a game still is too cheap. Still too cheap. People keep fading for unknown reasons, so I'm still pretty high on Kuminga at this price point. Well over fantasy point per minute guy. His role this year is really good. He's playing big minutes. I still think he's a bit too cheap, so I still do like Kuminga at that price point. Draymond Green's just very safe right now. If you guys know what he's playing at the 5 versus at the 4, etc., his rates go up as well. Stuff in the stat sheet. Also playing decent minutes as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble or get ejected. Like the spot going up against Atlanta, I think he's very safe. Steph Curry, we know, does have a ceiling. Like, he's also going to play big minutes. He's had back-to-back really big games. I don't know what he ended with tonight. I want to say he didn't have the best of games. Yeah, had like a subpar game for his price point. You saw Pods absolutely nuke, but we know he has a ceiling. We know the matchup's really good going up against Atlanta. So like, I'm intrigued by tournaments. It's just tough because you have Luka with the team to himself. You have Giannis in a really good spot. You have Sabonis in a good spot. You have Jalen Brunson in a smash matchup with the team to himself. You have Wemby. So like this slate is insane for only being 5 games with how star-studded it is. So you're going to have to make some tough calls there. And then Klay Thompson, I think, is solid too at 5.9K. We know as long as he's hitting his shots, he does have a ceiling. They kind of went with more pods tonight. I don't think Klay got in any foul trouble. Let me just check though once again. I should have looked at that earlier. He did not. Yeah, no fouls. So they just went small as well. They played pods. They played Lester Quinones. So yeah, did Trey get in any foul trouble? Yeah, of course he got into foul trouble. Of course he did. But yeah, I like Clay's ceiling for tournaments. Once again, it's a really good spot. Atlanta, they give up a ton of 3-point shooting as well, so I think Clay's solid. Wiggins at that price point, more probably my least favorite of these starters, but still playable. Pods, I think today was a bit of an outlier. But yeah, playable. And then I don't know what Kerr's doing, playing Guy Santos, Lester Quinones, those type guy. I don't know what he's doing, but Lester Quinones is actually summer league legend. I played this guy a lot in the summer league, but yeah, I don't know what Kerr's doing over there. All right, moving on to Atlanta. So Sadiq Bey, we'll see if he is going to be playing. He got hurt tonight with a left ankle sprain, and we'll see if Hunter's playing. If I had to guess, I would say both of these guys do not play. So if both are out, the main bumps here are going to be Bog and Jalen Johnson. I actually think Jalen Johnson is very, very sneaky tomorrow. I don't think a ton of people are going to be on him. I think it's a good spot as well. We know he's, good rebounder, can do a ton, stat sheet stuffer. So I do think Jalen Johnson, especially if both these guys are out, gonna have to play all the minutes he can handle. So I do like Jalen there. I think Murray's fine. I think I'd rather just get up to Trae Young, who I think is a solid contrarian spend up. Probably gonna get you a double double. Probably gonna get you like probably around 50 fantasy points, 9.5K. That's pretty good, right? So don't mind Trey there. And then, assuming that both these guys are out, like I said, we saw Wes Matthews start the second half. No way I'm playing him if he starts. The main bumps are going to be, like I said, Bog and Jalen Johnson. So Bog at 5.9K should have to play more minutes, probably, instead of his mid 20s, probably around 30, maybe a little bit more. Like his ceiling as well for tournaments, I think he's pretty solid at 5.9K. Capella Congo will split the center minutes. Maybe you could see them play alongside each other here. Only worry is Warriors do like to go small, right? But yeah, Okongwu is fine. Capella, I think I'd rather play Okongwu for cheaper, and then I'm not gonna touch that disgusting value. All right, moving on to the Kings. Like I said, going over the spend ups, you have a ton of spend ups in really, really good spots. I think Sabonis would rank like right behind them. Like you have Luka 1A for me, Jalen Brunson 1B, and then I think Sabonis would be like right behind those guys. So I'm pretty high on Sabonis for tournaments. I don't think anyone's gonna play him. We all know Luka's gonna get ownership. We know Brunson's gonna get ownership, so I don't think people are going to be able to afford Sabonis. So like the spot here as well. He's been on a tear of late. I think it is subpar game tonight, but he got into massive foul trouble. So like Sabonis here as a contrarian spend up, like I said, don't think a ton of people will be on him. Fox been up, been down. I think he had a decent game tonight. The price point's down at 8.2K. I don't mind buying low here. Not the best spot going up against Chicago, so more of a contrarian play for me. And then, Kevin Huerter got into some foul trouble tonight. We did see his rotation change a little bit. We did see Malik Monk play a bit more before the foul trouble as well. So, like, we know the drill with Monk. Most nights he'll probably play around 20 minutes, which we know he's a good producer. Like, in 20 minutes, could he pay off this price point? Absolutely. If you get a game where he gets extended to, like, 25 minutes, he's going to absolutely crush this price point. So, I think Monk's a solid value. It's going to depend on ownership for me. Like, I assume he'll probably be popular tomorrow at that price point, but you could definitely make the argument for fading. Harrison Barnes, no thank you. I think I'd rather just play Malik Monk. And then I like Kevin Huerter once again here. Got into foul trouble tonight. I think he had 5 fouls tonight. And I think his first half rotation was a little bit weird, but they've been running him into the ground recently. I still think he's a bit too cheap. So I do like Kevin Huerter for value. Once again, Lyles will play high teens minutes, playable at the flat min price if you need a value. And I think that's going to wrap it up for Sacramento. Let's move on to Chicago here. So the big news here is Kobe White. Pace up spot here for the Bulls. If Kobe White plays, once again, I think, Kobe, Vooch, DeMar look pretty good at their price points. I think all are a bit too cheap. Maybe Kobe's probably priced right, but like DeMar, Vooch, DeMar would probably be my favorite at his price point, but I think all three of the main Bulls look pretty solid here. Caruso would be priced right, and then Ayo has been playing a ton of minutes of late. Very, very safe. I would say 5.2K. He's now getting to the price point where he should be, though. But very, very safe. I think he's solid as well. Don't know if I go to anyone else because I could also have Torrey Craig back, but he's been out for forever. So, yeah. Now, if Kobe White's out, we'll see what they do with the starting lineup. They could do a number of things. Like, they could go, with that 3 guard with, like, a Javon Carter. They could throw, I don't even know. Still in Terry doubtful. He's doubtful. They could do a number of things. I really don't know. But the main bumps are going to be Ayo. Like, Ayo at 5.2K will be one of the best plays in the slate. Probably the best play on the slate. I would absolutely love Ayo there. I think Caruso would be very solid at 5.6K. I would absolutely love DeMar DeRozan. I think Vooch would be a very good play at 7.6K. And then, whoever starts, we'll see. But, like, Javon Carter is going to get a bump. I'd like him at the flat min price. Might see a bit more run for, like, these dusty guys, like Terry Taylor. We'll see about Craig. Phillips has been in the rotation, so we're definitely going to have some value here. Just keep an eye on what happens if White's out and who they start. But the main bumps, like I said, are going to be like Ayo, Javon Carter, etc. Moving on to Cleveland, we have Jared Allen questionable. If he's out, we'll see what they do. They could just start like Mobley at the 5 and move Dean Wade into the starting lineup. If that's the case, Mobley, we'll see if he's going to be on a limit. He's been limited of late, so if he is limited, it's kind of hard to go there. Darius Garland's been on a limit. If he's limited, tough to go there. Donovan Mitchell, I do like in a good spot going up against the Spurs. He's been playing extremely well, even with the team healthy. Like I keep ranking the spend ups, he will probably be behind, Sabonis, for me. So and Wemby probably as well. But okay, contrarian sped up, I don't mind it. And then, like I said, with the guys being on limits, it's tough to get to them. It's tough to get to anyone else, too, with everyone healthy. So, it's mainly just Donovan Mitchell here for me. And then if, Wade starts, fine, whatever. And then we might get, Damian Jones back up 5 at 3.9K. Don't mind that either. Good point per minute guy if Jared Allen's out. Now, if they do something, and start like a Damian Jones, which I would assume it would just be Mobley at the 5 and Wade. But if in the off chance they do start Damian Jones, then I absolutely really like Damian Jones for value. All right, moving on to if if we get news like there's no limits for the main guys, then yeah, fire up, Garland, Mobley. But I would expect them to be on some limits here. All right, back to back here. So we'll see if Wemby sits. I don't think he's played a back-to-back. I'm not entirely sure, though. Keep an eye on it. We'll go over it both ways, though. If Wemby plays, I obviously love him. He's still too cheap. He's playing 30 minutes a game. He did not play 30 minutes tonight, though. Rotation got a bit weird. I wonder if that was due to the front end of a back-to-back. But if he plays, I absolutely love Wemby here up at the top. Now, I do give the edge to Jalen Brunson, but similar price points. Still love Victor Wembanyama, one of the best spend-ups on the slate. If he's going to continue to get 30 minutes, right? Good shot blocker. Absolutely doing everything for this team. Just stuffing the stat sheet. Yeah, I really like Wemby here. Now we have Keldon out still, so Chetty Osman is the guy that's going to get a minutes bump. How many minutes he end with tonight? 19 minutes. Fine value. And then don't love the spot for anyone else. Like Vassell, Trey Jones, Sochan, fine filler plays, but don't love anything else really here. If we get Wemby out, then we get Zach Collins starting at the 5. He would be one of the best plays in the slate. I would absolutely love him. What else? You're going to get bumps for Vassell with Keldon out as well. He's going to have to play all the minutes he can handle at his ceiling. So Sochan would be solid with Trey Jones quite a bit. Probably gets some Barlow back up 5. And then Champagny, fine, playable, but we know the drill with him. He'll play 20 minutes. At this price point, I don't mind it if Wemby's out. Moving on to Milwaukee here. So, love Giannis here at the top. It's just, I love every spend up on the slate. But Luka, Brunson, 1A, 1B for me at their price points. But yeah, love Giannis. He should be able to feast going up against his Dallas team. So, really good spend up at 11.4. I think Dame's fine. I think I'd rather just get up to Giannis there. And then I like Middleton still at 6.7K. He's just been incredible, and minutes have upticked of late. So if they're going to continue to uptick his minutes, he is too cheap at 6.7K. So I like Middleton there. Brook Lopez very safe, playing close to 40 minutes a game, 6.1K. I think it's just very very safe. And then Bobby Portis is priced right. Beasley, he'll play low to mid 20s minutes, fine value, 4.2K now. I have no issue with it. You're going to see some like Crowder in the rotation, but I don't know if I'm going to go to that. All right, moving on to Dallas. We have Kyrie Irving, doubtful. We have Exum out. We have Lively, doubtful. Derek Jones Jr., questionable. So Luka Doncic at the top. I would assume they could go a number of ways with this starting lineup. Last time this situation happened, it was Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, Derek Jones Jr., and I believe Lively was in for this game. I already looked at this rotation, but let's check again. Yeah, Lively was in for this game. We have Lively out. Last game they started Rashawn Holmes, so keep an eye out that. If you get like Rashawn Holmes starting, I thought he was going to be a spot start, because in the past when Rashawn Holmes has started, I believe this game and another game, it's been like a spot start. He hasn't played much, but they played him 30 minutes, so if he starts again, I do like Rashawn Holmes for value. And then if they go with that starting lineup with like Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, Derek Jones Jr., if Derek Jones Jr. does play, there's a good amount to like here. I love Luka Doncic here up at the top. Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be the number 2 on offense. He'd have a ceiling, I would say more priced right now though, but solid. Josh Green, solid value. Derek Jones Jr., solid value if he plays. If he's out, I would assume Grant Williams starts. He'd be a solid value as well. And Kleber's probable. They could also like start Kleber. They could also start like they could do a number of things. Man, this team is just disgusting. There's been times where Grant Williams has gotten backup 5, so just keep an eye on it. But there's good amount to like here with Dallas. Moving on to the Lakers, we have Vanderbilt out. Main benefit of that's going to be Rui Hachimura. Rui, I think will get a slight minutes bump, so I'm intrigued by Rui for value. I don't think a ton of people will be on him. And then, LeBron, AD, don't love the spot. They're just fine spend ups for me. D'Lo priced right, Reeves priced right, don't love the value. Prince is playable. So, yeah. Now, if we get, both out or one out again, then we know what to do. Like, D'Lo is going to look amazing. Reeves is going to look amazing. I would love Rui. Jackson Hayes would be playable. Would really like Christian Wood. Prince would be a solid value. There would just be a ton to like here. So keep an eye on that news. Could open up some stuff. And then another team. So, I absolutely love Brunson going up against the Lakers. One of my favorite plays on the slate. I absolutely love him. Keep an eye on OG. If he's in, guys like Dante Hart are still playable. Will probably be priced right. And then with Quentin Grimes out, Miles McBride's been getting more run. Fine value. Would also prefer OG out. And then if OG's in, Precious Achiuwa becomes out of play at that price point. And then I like Isaiah Hartenstein. Minutes have ticked back up. So if he's going to continue to play 40 minutes a game, he is too cheap. And then if OG is out, then I'd like Miles McBride at 3.4K would be good value. Precious Achiuwa, I would really like. I played him last slate. Hart, Dante would still be solid options. Then I love Jalen Brunson. I believe Malachi Flynn got dusted off a little bit. Yeah. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the slate. I hope you guys had a great night tonight, and I will talk to y'all in the next one.